it now. Do it now. Cool, recording. Alright, so, Joel, your character is Rhett, the 7-foot halfling fighter who has a serrated axe. 7 foot is quite tall for halflings, most of them are short. Where did you get your serrated axe?
I won it in a fight.
Okay, against who?
Against a seafaring gentleman that claimed that he saw a mermaid. Bullshit, and we got in a fight, and I took his fucking axe.
Okay. So, he said he saw a mermaid, and is that why you attacked him?
I called him out on his BS.
Okay, alright.
He got in my face, so I fought him.
Cool. This guy got a name?
I don't know his name. I just beat his ass and took his axe.
Cool. Pirate. Got the axe from a pirate. Cool. Alright, said he saw a mermaid. Cool. That's all we're going to do for now. We might do more later, but that's what we're doing for right now. Alright, cool. Danny, you're a druid. What is your name and race to start off with?
My name is Stumpy, and I'm a halfling.
Okay.
Yes, another halfling.
Are you a normal size halfling?
No, I'm a foot and a half.
Are you? So you're short for a halfling.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a pretty mad halfling. Someone beat me up and took my axe.
Or are you a pirate?
Sometimes.
All right.
Oh shit.
Cool. All right. So Stumpy, okay. Let me ask the both of you. What is the normal height for a halfling?
Like fucking 4 feet or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So being a foot, I mean a foot and a half is small, right? You're a druid.
Don't worry.
You're a druid.
Don't worry, I have a defining trait. I have like an extra foot and a half long antlers.
Okay. All right. So
You're 2 foot in length because your antlers.
No, it's 3 foot total. 3 foot total. Foot and a half and a foot and a half. 3 foot. So so these antlers, you keep these no matter what you change into. Then.
Yeah, they're my
your signature.
little piece.
Yeah.
My
All right. So how did you? Were you always a druid, or did you become a druid?
I got kissed by a mermaid and turned crazy and started whispering to animals.
Fantastic. Kissed by a mermaid. Great. Thank you very
I've been
much.
living out in the woods for a while.
What's the mermaid's name?
Said what?
What's the mermaid's name?
Kissy.
Okay. Kissy.
That sounds believable.
Sure.
Yep.
Kissy the mermaid.
Should have been an indicator of what was going to happen.
Yeah. So, how did you find yourself in a scenario where a mermaid kissed you?
Well, I was out minding my own business fishing, and turns out the fish was a person.
Cool. All right. So now, did you really have an axe stolen, or are we just being funny here?
No, we'll say I was the one he beat the shit out of.
No, because the axe that you
I
hold
hopped on a boat. I was a fighter, now I'm a druid.
No, listen, now hold on. So, fictionally speaking, right, the axe that you hold would not be the unless he's holding like a tiny axe, or
it's a full size axe.
or
I'm
you're
walking around with a fucking tiny axe.
or there's an axe you physically couldn't carry around, right? So
When he got
It's
kissed
the
by the
woodcut
mermaid, he
axe.
shrunk.
let's say okay.
Yeah.
Hold-
Let's say I got kissed by the mermaid, shrunk, and went crazy.
Hold on. All right. Let's say for fictional purposes, let's say the mermaid stole the axe from you, right? And then it was bequeathed to someone
Sound
else. It was bequeathed to someone else, which is the pirate that Joel then beat up and took it from. Right? Cool. All right. So and this
Works for me.
We're gonna go with this axe is enchanted, and it grows to match the size of the person. Right. So whoever holds the
Yeah,
axe,
like-
Gross to match the size of the person.
right? It's an enchanted axe, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Fucking
All right.
Thor's hammer.
Yeah. All right. Cool. What kind of weapon are you using as a druid?
Right now, it's a staff.
Okay, staff.
It's also the token of my land.
Do you call
I
it?
use as a walking stick.
Is it called infection?
Call it beady.
BD.
Right.
Like BEATY? BT?
B-E-A-T-Y.
Yeah, BD. Cool. And are there a lot of druids running around, or have you met other druids?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
But they're not as crazy as I am, so they kind of don't stick around.
Okay, all right. Um, do you get made fun of a lot due to your height?
Uh, for a while. Then when I went crazy, I stopped caring. I started wearing ceremonial stuff and wearing a furry hood. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, and all right, we'll come back to more stuff later. All right, fine. Amanda, you're a ranger. What's your name and race and sex?
What's your name or crossbow? Just one word.
Crossbow is your name?
Yeah.
Is that your given name?
And yeah. Well, I mean, parents weren't very creative because it was a very short amount of time that they had to decide.
Sure. They were looking in the weapons section when they're trying to figure out a name. I got you.
They sure were, yeah.
Blaming the abortion.
They didn't plan on me. It's okay. And you're
Yeah.
like, they were looking around the room and they went, yeah, crossbow. That's going to be
Yeah.
their name and profession.
Cool. So your parents were retarded. Gotcha. So
Well, they were dwarves, so
so are you a dwarf or are you adopted?
yes,
Okay.
I'm not adopted. I wish I was.
Cool. So you're a dwarven ranger. Were your parents also rangers, or did you learn that trade somewhere else?
Well, they had a crossbow lying around and named me after, so yeah, they were rangers.
Okay, so you learned crossbowing from them, rangering.
They were kind of, they were doing their own thing. I learned crossbowing myself.
Okay, all right. So let's see. What dwarves? So what are dwarves like? Where do you live?
Forest. There's a house. It's a little straw hut.
Okay, so but you're not living like in a cave or anything.
No.
Okay, so you live in
Like
a hut.
a cottage, yes.
Live in a hut in the forest. Cool.
Mhm.
All right. And let's see. So your parents weren't that very attentive. You learned on your own. Do you still live? Do you still live?
Very nice.
Do you still reside at home, or are you off on your own?
I'm off on my own.
How old are you at this point?
35.
35. Is that young, old for a dwarf? What's that age like?
It's not middle age. It's about what it would be for a human.
Cool. And how tall are dwarves?
Not very tall at all. I'd say probably 3.5 feet tall.
Okay, so shorter than halfling, the typical halfling then. All right. Cool. And let's see. That's all we'll do for now, and then we'll come back. All right, Matt, you're a barbarian. What is your name and race?
My name's gonna be Bo.
What is that?
B-O.
Bo?
Bo.
Bo. Okay.
Bo.
Cool.
Just Bo. There's no last name.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
like Cher.
Yeah. Bo knows. All right. And what's your
Yeah.
What's your race?
I couldn't find the races. Like, what are the races?
Any race you want.
I'll be a giant.
Giant. Okay. And how tall are you?
4 foot.
I'm 5'5".
Okay.
I'm a short giant.
Yeah.
I didn't say I was a big giant.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, you're a good 1.5 feet smaller than our halfling. Well, the one halfling, anyways. You're 4 feet taller than the other halfling. All right. What's your weapon?
Gonna be a bone. Just a big
Just a giant bone.
A femur.
Cool.
It's just a femur.
Where'd you get that?
God damn it. I stole it from a guy that I saw that was collecting them.
What? Do you know why he was collecting him?
I didn't ask. I just took it and ran.
Okay, cool. So you saw this guy. Was he like? Where was he when he was collecting him? I guess. Like, what was the location?
He was it was like a boneyard.
Okay, Boneyard. Cool.
It was called Bonesville.
Bonesville in Boneyard. The Boneyard in Bonesville. Weird. Okay. So barbarians are from a place that is secluded and away from regular civilization. Why is that, and what is that like?
Because we're assholes. We
Okay.
get drunk. And people call us annoying.
Yeah.
So we were just like, well, we'll go to our own place and we'll drink and we'll only annoy ourselves.
Cool. So why have you decided to leave your sort of barbarian like commune?
Because I want to go get drunk and annoy other people.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. And then let's go ahead and move on. Dylan, you're a wizard. What is your character's name and race?
Chad Thundercock.
Sounds like a Chad.
Total Chad.
I literally went to the wiki for Chads.
Of course you did.
Yep. All right. Cool. And then what's your race?
He is an elf.
Elf.
I thought you were going to say tool.
Yes.
Is Tool a race? Cool.
It certainly is.
Now,
How tall are you?
Chad is 7'1" and well built.
As Chad says, right?
All right, cool. 7'1". Well built. All right. So you're a wizard. How did you become a wizard?
My parents just sort of bought my way into wizard.
That makes sense.
To wizarding school. All right. So you went to like a wizarding college, I guess. And did you graduate?
Did without on.
You were cutting in and out. I am missing some of what you're saying.
good. It wasn't just me then.
Okay.
He graduated without honors. He spent most of his time.
Spent most of his time doing what? I'm sorry.
Cooking and drinking
Oh,
is what I
boy.
heard.
High as a kite with the druid.
You went to Hogwarts.
Oh, this is amazing.
Cool. All right. So there was one teacher at the school that like really believed in you, maybe misguidedly so. Who was this teacher?
Pedophile.
Maybe.
Jesus, man.
I think I've lost Dylan entirely. Maybe.
No, I didn't catch the second part of what you said. There was one teacher that really believed in me, and then I heard pedophile.
So yeah, there's one teacher in school that really believed in you, may have been misguided in their belief of you. Maybe they thought you better than you actually were, but you know they were that like that classic teacher that's always trying to make a difference. Who was this teacher?
Sounds like a pedophile to me.
You know what? Professor McGonagall.
It's male or female?
Male, and I ended up sleeping with her daughter.
With her daughter?
She did not appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. And what was her daughter's? What kind of magic did her daughter do?
Unlike her mother, she was mostly a diviner. Sadly, she could not predict that I would leave.
Okay, she's a diviner. Cool. I think that's all we'll do for right now. Oh, what kind of weapon are you using?
I am using a staff.
Staff. Everyone's just staffs. All right, cool. All right.
It doubles as a bong.
Nice. Okay, cool. A bong staff. That's important.
It's
Yes.
Harry Pothead and the sorcerer that got stoned.
Right. Cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do bonds, and hopefully that informs some more information about our characters. So we'll just do it off the cuff. Joel, throw some names in that bond section.
Let's see. I remember the crazy fucking dude that I beat the shit out of.
Okay.
I think it's I can't remember his name.
My name's Stumpy.
Stumpy. I was gonna say because it says fucking Agnar. Stumpy.
Well,
Yeah.
Dump it.
so we decided he'd given his staff to the mermaid. The mermaid gave it to the pirate, and then you stole it from the pirate.
No, Stumpy, because I also stole something from Stumpy.
Okay. All right. So it is the axe then from Stumpy then?
No, I stole his marbles.
Oh. Figurative or metaphorical? I mean, well, yeah, figurative or literal?
Man,
Huh?
both.
Both. Okay.
Bag of marbles is what I stole from him.
So, Stumpy, these marbles that were stolen from you, were they important to you?
Weren't marbles.
What are they? I mean, he believes.
Sanded down rabbit pellets.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
It's a
Well,
good thing you didn't think they were
well,
jelly beans.
do you know they've been stolen, or they just go missing one day?
Doesn't matter. Make more.
Okay. Now, I have to ask, when you say rabbit pellets, do you mean dung, or do you mean like their genitals?
I do, in fact, mean dung. I
Okay.
can turn myself into a rabbit, take a shit, and I sand the marbles down.
So why were you carrying that around?
Can sell for money.
They're worth a shit ton.
Yeah.
I stole them.
What is the market use for these pellets?
I don't know what the dwarves do with them, and I don't care. They fucking pay good money for them.
So
Exactly.
I'm
So-
a dwarf. I'm a dwarf, and I don't know what they do with them. So the mystery continues.
You're being so nosy, man.
I know.
wrong
So
Probably a dwarf or an Aphrodite. Who knows?
so
It's an animal that digs holes in the ground.
Rhett, you stole these.
The
Have you,
lower horn.
have you already sold them, or
Lower horn. Fuck yeah, I sold them.
okay? So you don't have them anymore, though. All right. What's your next thought? Moving on.
What's Matt's character's name?
Bo.
Oh. Oh shit! What's he do? I fucking know.
He's a barbarian.
I get drunk and I know things. That's what I
Oh,
do.
sweet. Me and Bo got really drunk one night and we fucked an entire tavern up.
Oh, I'm glad you put the word
All
up. I'm glad you put the word up in there, because until then I was like, what are we doing now?
I don't remember anything except me and him waking up. Everybody else was beat to hell, and we had a big ass stein of beer next to us. So we were,
Okay,
That's
okay.
what's up.
So Bo, do you remember the night in question?
Man, I don't ever remember any night in question. What are you talking about?
Sure. Nice.
I'm lucky if I remember my own name when I wake up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you beat up an entire tavern. Tavern.
By the
Cool.
way, this is setting the precedent that the 7-foot halfling just goes around beating people up all the
Yeah.
time.
Sure.
right.
Well, can people tell that you're a halfling, or they just think you're a tall human?
They totally know I'm a halfling. My feet are fucking bushy as hell.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. And you don't wear shoes, apparently.
Oops.
All right. Cool.
No, it's
Yeah,
like
my feet are
Snooki.
too big.
What's your next bond?
All right. What's Amanda's character's name?
Bo.
Crossbow.
Fucker. It was Crossbow, right?
Crossbow.
All right. Shit.
There's like stuff on your sheet you could read.
The sheet. The sheet is stupid.
Ow.
Me and Crossbow grew up in the same town.
Okay. All right. So dwarves
Next
and
to each other.
and halflings live in the same villages. Then is that normal?
Well, close enough.
Yeah.
Each
Okay.
other through trade and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. So do you know each other from childhood then?
Sure.
Cool. So Crossbow, what was Rhett like as a child?
Told you.
Quiet.
Quiet?
Sure.
Yeah. Just skulking around all tall and stuff.
Yeah. Brooding.
Yeah. People.
That's how strong I was, and I started beating people up.
Yeah.
He only is boisterous when he's drunk.
Okay. All right. So
He was a childhood alcoholic.
yeah.
So,
I know how
Okay.
that is.
Cool. All right. And then you got another bond? One more bond there, Joel?
fuck no.
Okay.
Dylan.
Yep.
Yeah, Thundercock.
Oh, you don't have to. I
Have a
mean,
bond with everybody.
you don't have to. Nah.
All right. Tried to beat Dylan up one time, and he hit me with his staff, and I respect him.
In fairness, his highest stat is strength.
Cool. So Chad,
Is there a wizard?
Chad, the magical fat boy. Why was
The
Rhett
magical.
why was Rhett trying to attack you?
What's his name again?
Rhett.
Fighter backwards.
It's fighter backwards.
Seriously.
God. I took his beer, chugged it, and then smashed the glass on my forehead, and then he did not appreciate it. I drank his beer.
Cool. But he attacked you, and then you smacked him in the face. So you took his beer, and then you smacked him in the face with your pole. If I understand that correctly.
I had to assert dominance.
Sure. Okay. So, are you in the habit of taking other people's beers then? Does that happen a lot?
Very often.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, Stumpy, what are your bonds?
So for Rhett, we've fought before. I mean, we've exchanged blows. We've tasted each other's blood. I believe we're brothers now.
Okay. All right. So you're both halflings. Rhett, what was this fight over?
Who was the coolest freak? The halflings, the super short bastard, or the super tall one?
But the
Now-
super short bastard has antlers.
Yep. So, was this before or after Stumpy became a druid?
This would have been the fight we had when he took the axe. So it would have been just after the mermaid stuff.
Okay. All right. So, what's your next bond then?
My next bond, crossbow smells more like prey than a hunter.
Okay. All right. Why is that?
Don't know.
Okay. All right. Crossbow. Do you know that this this druid?
Trend with every character, so yes.
So you know. Okay. You know. All right. And
I assume that I've just shouted it at her before.
Does this bother you at all?
I said, parents were kind of like, "Hey, I'm gonna name you Crossbow." Like, what can you really expect from that life?
Okay. All right. Cool. Resigned to live in the lots that's laid out for you. Gotcha. Cool. West Side Story. All right. What is Stumpy's next bond?
Bow tastes like chocolate. I like that. I'm very clearly driving home the point. I'm just crazy.
So, Bo, why have you? I guess you've tasted Bo then, Stumpy.
Whoa!
What the fuck?
I occasionally go into bars and lick people. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Matt, Bo is sitting in a bar, getting wasted in a night that he won't remember, and this 1.5 foot tall druid walks in and licks you. What does Bo do?
He smacks him with a glass.
Cool.
I was gonna say licks him back, but whatever.
I'm drunk, but I'm not that drunk.
All right. All right. Now, do you think that you taste? Has anyone else ever commented that you taste like chocolate, or is this just a belief that Stumpy the Druid holds on his own?
I think Stumpy's just crazy.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Good deal.
I'll give a little bit more background. I test people's magic capabilities, like nature magic capabilities, by licking them.
Okay. All right. All right.
Wonderful.
And
Favorite we all are.
do you have any more bonds there, Stumpy?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Chad Thundercock's a customer of mine.
Damn it!
Oh, my.
You're my dealer too.
So
Works out.
Chad, you're buying
Druid weed.
Well, but it's sanded it's sanded down rabbit pellets, right?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Those are what I sell. I sell
That's for
him
dwarves.
the druid weed.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hold on now.
Yes, I'm his drug dealer.
Yeah. So where are you getting this druid weed at?
I grow it.
Where?
Out of the pellets I don't sand down.
In
Cool.
his closet.
And it's bum.
Cool. All right. Sure. So, Chad, you're buying this weed from Stumpy. Is it pretty good stuff?
Best.
The best. Cool. Yeah.
Made Professor McGonagall not pissed.
Yeah. Cool.
Case
So-
in point,
Good reckoner.
Stumpy is not mine and Dylan's first companion who's played a drug dealer. So.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, why not? All right. Cool. All right. So then I think we're gonna move on. Then that's okay. So Amanda, crossbow. What are crossbow's bonds? Joel, you still there?
Go to the sheet.
Is Joel still around?
Hey Joel, you there?
I'm still around.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Cool.
And he owes me for it.
Who?
What did I do?
I guided you, and you owe me for it.
Oh. Well. Okay. So Stumpy, what was this guidance that you got?
I didn't know what a city was.
Which city?
He said,
I still don't know.
All right. I feel you.
Listen, I was a little high on the druid weed.
Cool.
I was trying to sell these pellets off. I got
Yeah.
lost. She helped me out.
Yep. All right. Cool. So
to nature, so I will be their friend as well.
who?
Chad has no respect for nature,
Oh,
and I
Chad.
have no respect for Chad.
Okay. Yeah. I mean that sort of makes sense. I don't even have to ask
he's a
about that.
Chad. So.
Right. He's a Chad. Yeah. So what is
Yeah.
well, Chad, are you aware that she doesn't respect you, or do you live in your own world? You don't care.
Has no respect from anyone.
She doesn't respect me. I don't respect her, but she can still take a hit.
Cool. All right. And what's your next
Are we
bond?
talking about physically or the weed?
Whoa, now.
I think both.
That's puff and pass.
And then a smack.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, what's your next bond? Crossbow.
Bo doesn't understand life in the wild, so I'll teach them.
Okay. So Bo, the barbarian, Crossbow thinks you don't understand the wild. Is that true? Do you not understand the wild, or is this just a belief that she has?
I think it's just because I'm drunk all the time that she thinks I don't understand the wild.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean,
Thanks.
yeah. Okay. All right. And then what's your next bond?
One for each.
So is that? Do you have one for Rhett yet?
That one was friend of nature, so I'll befriend
Okay.
him as
Yeah.
well.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So all right, that's good then. Let's move on to Bo. Bo, what are your bonds?
What's Joel? What's your character's name?
Yeah. Everybody go ahead and
Rhett.
throw your name in the chat, and that'll make things a lot easier.
Alright.
You missed that hard. I will not do this.
So Rhett, I think, is amusing, and majority of the time when I wake up from my drunken stupor, he's there beside me, standing. So I think he's pretty cool to hang out with, because he can hang out with me.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So, Rhett, did you find this to be true? I guess. Are you often drinking with Bo?
Because Bo's a fucking crazy guy, and whenever we get into fights, I like to watch him wreck half the tavern. It's great.
Let
Just
me,
hang out with fighters.
let me ask this question, Bo. What is your financial status? You're getting wasted all the time. You're buying some premium stuff. What is do you have money? Do you come from money?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So, what's your next bond then?
And to answer your other question, the way I get drinks and stuff is I charm people into giving me drinks. So
Oh.
pretty much I'm like,
Okay.
hey, give me a drink.
And then he punches him in the face, and he calls it charm. Cool.
Right.
Let me charm you.
Yeah,
Give me or die.
Some lady comes up and she's like, "You're cute. Buy me a drink." You said I'm cute. You buy me a drink. That's pretty much how it goes.
Really?
So what's your next bond?
Stumpy is a mild irritation. He's like that fungus that just won't go away. He's just there. So,
Well, let me ask this. I mean, because you say he's a fungus that won't go away, but are you also like getting weed off of Stumpy then? I mean,
no.
No? Okay.
I don't need weed. I got beer.
Cool. All right. So, I mean, Stumpy, you're irritating by nature. I assume you know that.
Well, I'd certainly hope so. I leave acorns on his bed for him to wake up with.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Sure.
I want to preface this
Why
with
not?
I have a charisma of 8, so I'm surprised if anyone likes me.
Sure. Of
Your
course.
intelligence
I got a
isn't right.
charisma of 8 too. That's why I ain't tricking nobody into giving me nothing.
All right. Cool. So what's your next bond then? Let's
Crossbow. Let's see. What's a good one for you? Crossbow. What are you?
I'm a ranger.
You're a ranger. I guess for Crossbow, I think she's pretty amusing to chill out. I mean, half the time I don't even remember who she is when I wake up. So
cool. All right. So Crossbow, you're hanging out with Bo from time to time.
Everybody's around. I guess it was a pretty small forest.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So I guess we're assuming you all kind of live within a pretty central area, right? So. Yeah. All right.
Hey Amanda, how'd you change your name?
You go over to your settings, the gear all the way on the right at the top over the chat bar, and it'll tell you display name, and then you type it in, and then you click save name.
Oh.
All right. So what is your next bond?
So Chad. So Chad, you're an ass, Joel. So Chad's such a Chad that so I think he chills out with us and just tries to get drunk with us, but sometimes I don't think he can hack it.
So you
He
don't.
doesn't respect nature.
Yeah. So you don't think he can hack it, huh? All right.
He can almost hang out with us. There's been a few times he passes out before we do.
Yeah. Okay.
The fuck you say?
The fuck I do say. I'm always up. I might not remember it, but I'm always up.
All right. Cool. So oh, what happened now? Oh no. I click the wrong buttons to find things out. Yep, that happens. All right, cool. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Chad, I'm sorry. What was your link to Chad? I'm flustered. You don't like Chad. That's what I got.
No, it's not that I don't like Chad. There's just he thinks he drinks with us, but
Yeah.
he's normally the one passing out before the rest of us.
Oh, so Chad, you pass out early on in your
At least before me.
Oh, okay, all right. So Chad, what's this like? With you're hanging out with these people, and Bo thinks you're weak. Do you know he thinks you're weak?
I think I'm weak, but sometimes I can rise to the occasion. 10% of the time.
Dude, you're talking to a professional alcoholic here. Like, let's go.
What are you like, Fulton of the Mighty Ducks? 10% of the time.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And is that all your bonds, Matt?
Chad hasn't had one.
No, so you. That's all your bonds.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
all mine.
All right, Chad. Let's hear some bonds.
Alright, so Rhett, I must teach him all that I know.
About what? About
Exactly.
Exactly.
are you teaching him? Are you teaching him how to grow the goods?
I don't grow the goods, I smoke the goods.
But
Growing it's for others.
But you're a dealer. Oh no, you're not a dealer. Stumpy's a dealer.
I'm
Sorry,
the dealer.
Stumpy's a dealer.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Stumpy's the dealer.
Stumpy's the dealer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chad,
Sorry.
Chad's just the Chad.
Chad's just the smoker. All right. So all right, cool. So what's your next bond?
My next one is Stumpy. Stumpy is my dealer. And
Yeah.
I have seen is important. I have seen the future. Stumpy will come to save us all. Also, I was high balls.
Also, what? Sorry.
I was high as
Okay.
but I have
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what is your next bond?
Bo. I beat Bo doing a keg stand, but he is hiding the secret of it not having hangover.
Okay. All right. So Bo, you
I don't remember that.
you don't remember anything, right? So
No, I don't.
yeah. So
Might be telling the truth. He might not, but I don't remember.
So this cake stand that you won, how did you win? Did you do a trick of some sort?
He started coughing and choking on it. He can drink, but he's never drank upside down. That he
Okay.
remembered.
So are
Might be true.
cake stands sort of a new thing in the world, or is it something that's done pretty regularly?
They're an elf thing.
Oh, okay. It's strictly an elf
It's an
thing. Yeah.
elf thing.
Yeah.
I mean, kegs are new. They're still pretty expensive, and not everyone's worthy of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, do you have like elven privilege?
I have all the.
Yeah. I think that'd be kind of a hot topic. I don't really want to do that. But anyways, anyways, moving on.
We're not recording this.
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
I'm a Chad.
Wait,
You're supposed
You
to
don't
do
have
that.
to. You don't have to put it up.
Yeah,
That part.
but I will.
If you
Anyways.
identify with a Chad, reevaluate yourself.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So Chad's definitely got a skewed worldview, I'd assume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Don't be like Chad. All right. So
Don't be a Chad.
yeah. What's your next bond, Chad?
My last one is Crossbow. Crossbow owes me their life, even if they won't admit it.
Oh. So Crossbow, will you admit it?
He said I'll never admit it, so I'm just like never.
Cool. So how did Chad save Crossbow's life?
I was gonna leave that up to Crossbow. How did I save your life, Crossbow?
I have no idea. I was probably drinking that night, so I can't remember.
Oh, so maybe Crossbow.
Hey, I know how that feels.
Was on the verge of maybe ODing or something, and and
Maybe
Look, if
Bo
you
was
finish
gonna
that,
kill
you're
her.
gonna have a bad time, and I saved her from alcohol poisoning.
yeah. So Chad has dealt with a lot of alcohol poisoning in his
Gonna
time
have a
at
bad
Wizard
time.
College, and so he knows ways to
God.
yeah he knows how to sort of avert it or stop it. All right, cool. All right. So now I'm going to we're going to posit some assumptions here. So Chad, you go to Wizard College. Now I guess you graduated from Wizard College, right?
You know what? Nah, Chad's still going. He's just on, let's say,
Cool.
spring break.
Cool. So
He's been going for 12 years now.
yeah. So you go to
Community college.
you go to Wizard College, and adjacent to Wizard College is the town that the rest of you sort of live in.
Woods. Sure.
Right, but there's like woods adjacent, right? So and everyone's houses seem to be sort of in the woods. So you all guys sort of drink at the same tavern, which is sort of how you know each other. And
Slumming it.
Stumpy's a dealer. Who all is getting goods from Stumpy?
literally half the call.
Half the town comes from my goods. What?
I'm not. I don't. I just
Okay.
drink.
Yeah.
It's the reason that they buy the dung from me.
Yep.
It's like, I
We live in
mean,
the forest. Let's face it. We all live in the forest. Most of us are perusers of Stumpy's goods.
Sure.
We're dumpster people.
Yeah.
Dumpster
Yeah.
people,
You live
what
in
the fuck?
medieval trailer park. I got you.
Trailer hood. Get it correct.
Trailer hood, right? All right, cool. So here's the premise, right? Stumpy has had his stash stolen, right?
Oh no.
And without his stash, the town's going to descend into chaos.
Because everybody buys from them. Why?
Right, because they need it, right? Their lives are terrible, and without the weed, all right, they're not gonna be able to face the horribleness of their lives.
It's like a parent's love.
Right. So
Daddy, why?
and on top of that, Stumpy's uncle, who runs the local tavern, the only place in the town where you can get alcohol, is missing. All right, so the weed is gone and the alcohol is gone.
Adventure sober.
Right. So all of y'all's reasons for like leaving home and getting out are gone, right? And so you all being proficient in your craft have gotten together and you've decided that you're gonna find out where the weed is gone and where Stumpy's uncle is gone. Now, does anyone believe that Stumpy's uncle is the one who took the weed because he's missing, or do you think he's missing for an entirely different reason?
I think that he took the weed.
What does everybody else think?
I don't know. I asked Stumpy and I couldn't understand the answer.
He just tried to lick you.
He has licked me many a time.
He was like,
Oh my.
he was like ping pong,
Put that in
artichoke,
your
lemon. Gotcha.
It's like, I don't know what that means, Stumpy, but I will follow.
Yeah. All right.
Stumpy believes Uncle's gone to see the Great Tongue.
I thought Bo didn't have a last name.
Stumpy tells me who
You,
doesn't have a last name?
Bowling.
Well,
So.
Um,
Oh, shit.
Anyways, does anybody else have any other theories about the missing weed and uncle?
Stumpy tells me that there's alcohol in this journey, so I follow him.
Cool. All right. Without this journey, there will be no alcohol. It'll become a dry town. Right. If the uncle is not found. You're all in the tavern, right? Because this is where sort of the uncle's missing, and whatnot. You're all in the tavern. You're looking for clues, right? So where do you start?
do I have like any items of his clothing?
I don't
Or,
know.
like anything?
Do you?
Yeah.
Where
I'm
do you?
gonna say I have a pair of his dirty underwear.
Okay, where did you find those? Where did you find those at?
They were on my tree.
On your tree.
What the fucking hell, man?
They were on my tree.
Why? Do you have any? Do you have any theories as to why they might have been on the tree?
Stumpy's uncle's a little bit crazy too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's hereditary.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Cool. All right. So, what do you want to do with these dirty underwear?
I want to shapeshift into a wolf.
Okay. Well, that's another question. Do you also believe that your uncle took the weed?
No, but I believe my uncle knows how to regrow it, so I'm gonna find him.
All right. All right. Cool.
He does it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, you're gonna turn into a wolf then. So you're gonna roll 2d6 plus some sort of modifier. You have to look at your
Plus my
sheet.
wisdom.
Yeah. And you're gonna turn into a wolf. So let's do that.
6, 7, 8.
Alright.
Yay!
All right, cool.
I turn into a wolf.
Right. So we need to define 3 special moves that a wolf has.
All right. So 3 special moves a wolf has is
And they don't have.
keen scent.
Is it
Smell good.
okay? So you're going to use tracking. Tracking is one of the moves. So tracking. What's the next?
Yes. Let's say I can call and maybe some wolves in the air will come help.
Okay, so you can invoke the wrath of the pack, right?
Yes, Wrath of the Pack. And Stumpy likes to pee on trees.
Sure.
It causes splash damage.
We'll
Shit.
it's marking our territory, right? Okay, so marking the territory. Marking territory. Now, on a 7 to 9, you get to pick not all 3 of those. What does the sheet say?
On a 7 to 9, I get 2 holds.
Okay. So you
When
can
I spend 1 hold to make a move,
right. So you
and then once they're out, I return to my normal form.
cool. When the time comes, you can pick one of the 3 of those things to use, and we'll cross it off the list. And then you can use another one of those 3. And when you do that, after that action is completed, you'll turn back into the 1.5 foot tall little stumpy dude. All right. So you're a wolf. Poof. Explain the transformation to me.
Well, I actually get just a little bit bigger. Not a lot, just a little bit.
Okay.
It's a short wolf, too.
Yeah. Okay. Pygmy wolf.
I throw myself down on the ground, just poof, explode into hair. I still have antlers.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So you are a wolf. Now what are you doing?
I'm going to sniff the dirty underwear.
So you use your
Probably a bad decision.
You're gonna use your
Yeah,
tracking.
I'm going to use my tracking.
Yeah, cool. All right, so you sniff it. First of all, what does it smell like? You want to describe that to me?
Well, there is definitely some of last night's salmon.
Oof.
Oh, God. Cabbage. Oh,
Oh no. Dear God.
and just a touch of the dwarven weed. Not dwarven weed, druid weed.
Yeah. All
We
right,
grow
cool.
it in the shit, so it's usually on the underwear.
Hmm. So, so you smell it, but what can you tell about it? What does something stick out? Do you
Well,
divinate anything from
I
it?
assume that the scent might have stuck to him a little bit before he took his underwear off.
So you
So I'm
kind of,
just gonna try and follow that scent out.
so you can smell which direction it goes in. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And so are you going to head in that direction then?
Yes, I'm just
Okay.
gonna bark and yip
So
and then
so
start striding in the
bef-
direction.
before you guys do that, is there anything anyone wants to do in the immediate area? You're still sort of like in the town, I guess. Before you head off
He
into.
begins investigating. I just try striking my staff and go, let me just get a little high.
So you're gonna invoke the bong action of your staff.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Let's roll on Constitution just to see how that goes. Actually.
It is my second highest stat, so that is an 8.
Cool. So you get a little bit high, and on an 8 you get what you want, but there'll be a slight complication. So let's say if for any reason you have to roll Defy Danger the first time you roll it, you'll take a -1 for not paying attention. But
Sounds good. And then he'll proceed to try to pass around the staff.
yeah. Is anybody else taking a hit?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
As a wolf, maybe.
Oh, I will pass it to the wolf. I'll hold it to you.
Yeah, wolf's gonna hit
Cool.
Puff, puff, howl.
Yeah. So let's roll 2d6 on your Constitution.
it. 7.
Cool.
Barely.
So similarly, you take a hit and you get a little high. You're feeling pretty good, but you're going to take a like a Defy Danger. Well, actually, because you're a wolf, right, your dexterity will still be pretty good. So let's say you take a hit on Intelligence. So if you roll Intelligence for any reason, you're going to take an ongoing -1 until your first roll of Intelligence. So,
Sweet.
all right. Cool. Anyone else got anything they want to do before you head off in search of?
I'm gonna grab a barrel to take with us.
A barrel?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some rope and just carry it on my back.
Okay. All right. Like a barrel of ale or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And want to
There's
stay
gonna
dry
be a
because
funnel. There's gonna be a funnel that I can just be like slurping it up.
Okay. All right.
I think I'm gonna wait on the bong hit and stay dry because we have a mission to find the weed.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
That doesn't mean anything.
And Rhett, are you doing anything?
Red is sleeping.
Is Rhett going on the mission?
I'll get up and follow you guys.
Oh, okay. So you sort of wake up on the floor and you're like, oh, you guys leaving? All right, I'm coming.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. Do you even know what you're coming for, or are you just like following the group?
Rat doesn't care. He just chills with all his friends.
He sees a dog with antlers.
If
and
Bo's
like,
got
"Oh,
a
shit."
giant fucking thing of like alcohol, little antler hobbit
There's-
dude is going.
There's
I'm
a
going.
staff bong. There's a wolf guy, and I have a cat companion. So
Okay.
It seems like fun time.
Oh, what is your cat? What is your cat companion's name?
cat companion is Arrow because crossbow.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
If I have this terrible fate, so does my cat.
Sure. So you're following this scent, right? And it leads you sort of off into the woods, and you come to a sort of this waterfall, right? And it's streaming down into a sort of a large pool, which is part of the river that flows through the town and the area that you're in. Do you notice anything unusual about the waterfall, about this area where you're at? Does anyone notice anything unusual?
Want to roll for discern realities?
All right, cool. Roll for it.
Let's see, 7d6.
And then discern realities on your wisdom.
Yeah, definitely a 6.
Okay.
Happening.
Yeah. So you're still sleepy, right? And so what you do notice is you notice sort of this like this statue of a like a water goddess, and it's sort of like it's holding your attention at the moment. Do you point it out to the rest of the group?
Everyone, look! This like water goddess. She's hot.
Yeah. Cool.
Is she thick with
I'm gonna take a drink from my barrel and be like, not yet, she ain't.
Cool. All right. Let me get everyone to roll Defy Danger. You can roll with Constitution or with Dexterity.
I fail either way with that negative.
Constitution or what?
Or Dexterity.
My highest would be a 5.
Got an 8. Hobbits
right.
get a +1 fighter for rolling for Defy Danger.
All right.
So I have a 1 for my Constitution.
Your ass.
Let me see what I get. Other dice. Whatever.
Halfling rascal move.
Oh! It's gonna be a 12.
Okay. All right. So Joel, you said you got an 8.
Got an 8.
All right. Danny, what'd you get?
I got a 5. No, 6.
6. All right. Amanda, what'd you get?
5.
5. All right. Cool. Matt, what was yours? This is 12. Did you say?
Yep.
Matt's a 12.
Yeah, 12. And then what was Dylan's?
One was a 2. Fuck him up.
5.
Dylan's was 5.
It's not much better.
So
2, 5 doesn't
Somebody's up
matter.
there really smoking. Shit.
so when
He's like, fuck this role playing. I'm really gonna.
yeah. So when Rhett points out the goddess statue, then Stumpy and Crossbow and Chad all sort of turn to look at it. Bo is sort of just like guzzling his beer. He doesn't care. Like he doesn't care about anything. So he notices when 5 murlocs jump out of the pond. And if you're not familiar with what a murloc is, it's sort of this kind of like a frog / lizard creature.
A mohawk frog.
Yeah, it's got like it's got spinies on its back, and it makes noises like right. And they always travel in packs. They're never alone. And so if you ever see one murloc, then there's multiple ones, right? So these things jump out of the river with like spears and knives and stuff, and there's 5 of them. And I have to grab another sheet of paper because I have to find one where I haven't written battle data on. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so these 5 things have jumped out of the water. Now, Matt, your character Bo, he's seen them, but before you can say anything, they sort of make an attack because they're attacking as they jump out of the water. Now, Rhett, you hear the splash as they jump out, but you didn't have enough time to move out of the way entirely. So you're going to take just one HP of damage as you dodge out of the way, but get grazed by like a spear. So 1 HP of damage, but Stumpy, Crossbow, and
do we all
Chad.
start with leather armor?
Chad, yeah. So you all have like 1 armor, basically.
I get no damage.
Okay. So, but the rest of you, get the full brunt. So for Stumpy, you're small, and these murlocs, they're only about like 3 foot tall, but that's still like double your height.
Well, I am a little bit bigger while I'm in wolf form.
Yeah, okay.
Not by much.
So, but one of these, they have sort of like their feet are a little bit like hands. They have opposable foot thumbs.
Yeah.
So one of them lands on top of you, grabbing your antlers, dragging you to the ground, and so your face hits the ground as it comes down with you, and you're going to take some damage. What is it? I don't know. I'll click something; it'll tell me. Dang. Okay, 1. So yeah, just 1 damage as you hit the ground, and then Crossbow, another one with a spear is catching you sort of right in the side of the back. And you are going to take 6 damage, minus your armor, though. And then for Chad, one of them with knives comes up and sort of slashes you across the calf. And you're going to take 3 damage. So there we go. All right. So these murlocs have attacked you, the 5 of them. And what are you guys going to do?
Well, Bo, after seeing all this, takes another big swig of mead, and then he's going to use his ability, the upper hand.
Okay.
So I take +1 ongoing till my last breath rolls.
Okay. Well, last breath is when you're dying.
I know, but it says I take +1 up until my last breath. That's what the ability says.
Okay, gotcha.
It's I get a +1 ongoing till
Okay.
I'm like about to die.
Okay.
So I get a +1 on my roll.
Okay.
I'm guessing. All right, and so is that all I can do? Is use that ability, or can I attack?
You can attack. That's fine.
All right, so I'm gonna get the closest one to me, and I'm just gonna pop him with the bone.
All right.
That's an 11.
All right, cool. So then roll for damage.
It's gonna be a 5 damage.
All right, cool. So the one closest to you is middle left. So of the 5 of them. So tell me how you do your damage.
I walk up to him. I just take my bone. I hit him on the head and say, "I'm gonna take you to Bone Town."
Cool. Like little bunny frou frou, popping him in the head.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
All right,
And
yeah.
I take another swig of my mead.
Yeah, so you bop him in the head. He falls immediately to the ground, and he drops his spear. Meanwhile, let's see, what is Rhett doing?
Rhett's pretty pissed off about the thing that just tried to like sucker punch him.
Yeah.
So he's gonna turn around and just stick that fucking serrated axe in the middle of its face.
All right, cool. Let's roll for that.
That's happening.
All right. So is that
Yeah.
a 9 total?
Yep.
Cool. All right, and then let's roll for the damage then.
Is Stumpy trying to lick the murloc?
6.
Nice. All right, cool. He won't be dead, but he'll be close to dead. So tell me how you get him.
All right. Well, I put a slice him down the middle of his head and just chunk off a chunk of it instead, and a little bit of brain leaks out. But for some reason, this thing's not dead.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as you sort of slice a little of its head off, it's pretty squishy. They're like frogs. But two of the other ones, just after you slice, grab you by the arms and tackle you to the ground. And they're gonna do a little damage to you. It's 4 damage. While that happens, all the while, let's see who rolled best. What is Stumpy up to?
Stumpy's very angry that someone tried to ride him without asking permission to. So I'm gonna actually use that call pack ability and try and get them to attack the one that just jumped on me.
All right.
Any additions to that, or just straight 6?
It's calling the pack. Let's roll on your charisma for
Sweet, that's a 5.
cool. Yeah.
You made it worse.
You call for the pack, but no one comes, and the one that gripped on your antlers, he's still riding you, right? He's still on top of you, riding your antlers.
Yeah, but I do transform back since I just used my other hold.
Yeah, well, mid-transformation, right? So you do your call, and sort of you start transforming back, and as you're transforming back, the one on top of you is definitely now twice your size at this point. He twists his body, and then his legs follow, twisting you in a circle onto the ground again, and rolling you a couple of feet into the distance. And you take 3 damage on that as you roll off into the distance. Yep. Meanwhile, what is Crossbow up to?
Try to shoot it in the face with a crossbow, because why not?
Which one?
Okay, so for the attack, is it 1d6 or is it 2?
It's 2d6 to decide whether or not you can
that's
do
right.
it. But Simon, which one are you attacking? So you've got the one. Let's see. There's 5 of them total. There's 2 that have taken damage. The one that Matt attacked and the one that Joel attacked, they're both damaged. You've got the 2 that have just pulled Joel to the ground, and then you have the one that was just riding Danny's character, Stumpy. So, of those 5, which one are you taking?
Let's try to dismount the one that's trying to, ride on Stumpy.
Okay.
So stay very still, Stumpy.
Well, no, he's just mounted because he's like twisted and rolled Stumpy off in the distance, so he's not mounted anymore. He's just thrown Stumpy. Like that's just happened.
Well, then that's fine. I'll
Okay.
take that one.
All right.
All right, and that will be
2d6 plus Dex.
yeah. That'll be okay. That'll be 12,
Cool. Then roll for some damage.
and that's 1d6 for that.
Whatever your damage is. I don't know what your damage
Let's
is.
see. Sorry. It's a d8. Awesome.
Yep.
Better. A 3.
What'd you? Okay, 3. All right. All right. But now you're shooting your crossbow, right? Or your Yep. All right. So yeah, tell me
Well,
how
I am crossbow. It's a hunter's bow.
hunter's bow. Okay. So you shoot your hunter's bow. So your name's crossbow, but you don't use a crossbow.
Well, that wasn't on the list that I was on.
You could use crossbow. This is something you can fill in some of these blanks. But that's fine.
Okay, yeah,
You
sure,
can make it
crossbow.
whatever you want.
My name is Crossbow. I use a sword.
How you use a wet noodle? Nah.
Ah,
Slap it, pull noodle down on him.
Yep. All right. Cool. So so tell me where does the arrow hit him at?
The arrow hits him right in the eye.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. So yeah, the arrow like right in the eye. He's now blinded that eye with an arrow sticking out of it. He's certainly at a disadvantage at this moment. Then that being the case. So what is our wizard up to? What is Chad doing?
Chad is relying upon his ultimate weapon. He is going to cast magic weapon on his.
Okay.
With an 11.
What now? I lost.
His fists are now enchanted.
His fists are
he
enchanted.
got an 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He enchanted his fist. Like,
Gotcha,
he's
gotcha.
like, what's his name? That anime you let me see.
Louis the Punch Master.
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. So while you're enchanting your fists, we're going to cycle back around and see what Bo is doing.
So is the one that I attacked still on the ground?
He's probably gotten up by this point, but he's still hurt pretty bad though.
All right, I'm gonna bop him again.
Okay. You do that, buddy. Frou.
Oh, yes, that's gonna be. That's gonna be a 14.
Nice. All right, roll for damage.
Gonna be a 7.
Cool. Now, would you want to attack one of the other ones for an additional D4, but opening yourself up to attack?
Yeah, why not?
All right, cool. So roll that too.
That's a 2.
All right, and who are you attacking?
What would be the closest one to me?
Probably the one that Amanda just attacked.
All right, so I attack the one that I'm attacking,
Yep.
and
Right.
then I look over and I'm like, this is so boring, and I hit that one.
Okay, so double bop. So the one you hit first is going to die. So you can describe that to me, and then the other one you hit is not going to die, but certainly going to take some substantial damage. So you can, if you want to describe that in more detail to me, that'd be cool too.
So the first one I hit is gonna be like, I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna hit him with my bone, and it's just gonna incave his skull and just crush him straight to the ground.
Cool. All right.
And then the next one, I'm just like gonna very like pop him
Okay. Cool.
from where I'm at.
Yeah. Cool. So he's had this. When you pop him, the arrow actually pops out of his head with the eye attached, right? So the arrow and eye pop out of his head. And he's sort of just got this socket that he's bleeding out of, and that knocks him to the ground. He's completely prone at this point. So
I'm just like, stop it.
yep. So Rhett, you've managed to shake the ones that pull you to the ground off. What are you doing?
I'm gonna football kick one of those motherfuckers as far as I can.
All right, cool. All right.
Want some beer?
Oh, that's happening.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So that's still what, a 9 again. All right. So
Yeah.
and then go ahead and roll for damage.
Wait.
Weak.
That's a
Oh
one.
shit.
Yep. So you're gonna kick it, but he's not gonna go far. But go ahead and describe that to me.
I'm gonna kick him right in the nuts.
Cool. So you kick him in the nuts, but Murlocs they don't have nuts, right? So you just kick him in the crotch. It hurts him, but not as bad as you were expecting it to. And when you do it, he sort of just he looks at you, and he spits like some acid right into your face.
Yeah.
Yep, it sucks. And that'll be 4 damage on that one. Stupid Murlocs. So what's Stumpy doing?
Well, Stumpy's regained his role after a nice, refreshing roll through the woods. He's going to transform again. This time into a 4-foot sparrow.
Okay, because sparrows are 4 foot. That makes sense.
All the big animals are small, and all the small animals are big. That's how I roll.
That's what I tell her too. Yeah, that's fine.
Hey man, no woman knows what an inch is. Like everybody lies to.
That's why you use centimeters, right? You always use centimeters. It sounds bigger than
15 sounds a lot in centimeters.
Yeah, millimeters. Like, oh man, it's 100 millimeters long. It's fine.
By the way, that's an 8.
Cool. All right. So describe your transformation to me.
Well, I'm going to stand up, pull my hood down, kind of flap my arms a little bit, and then just poof into feathers. Just poof.
Okay. Very cool. So that'll be your turn, the transformation. While you're transforming,
still have antlers.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you have to. Right. And you don't look awkward at all as a 4-foot sparrow with antlers. No one questions that. What's Crossbow doing while the transformation's going on?
See, can I send my animal companion to fight?
Yeah, sure.
Shoot it with the crossbow.
Huh?
Shoot it out of the crossbow.
Shoot the animal
Shoot
out
cat.
of the crossbow.
Catapult.
Aw.
Ha
Adam West.
He's my friend, but he's a murdery little friend. I'm gonna go send him to,
All right.
chew the crap out of one of those murlocs.
Right. So we're gonna roll this like a regular attack. So just roll on your dex like you normally would.
Okay.
It's a catastrophe.
It is. It really is.
Listen, man,
It's a 4.
I can't handle all the cat puns. Okay.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll stop right now.
Yeah. So you send the cats to do your bidding, but what you don't know is that cat is a delicacy among murlocs.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a shot with the crossbow.
Yeah. So, which one were you attacking?
The one that I attacked the first time.
Okay,
The
cool.
one you missed.
Yeah, the one.
One that I popped the eye out of.
Yeah. So you're going for the. I mean, he's completely prone on the ground. But so the cat's going for that one. But the one of the ones who had brought Joel to the ground, the one that is still yet to be touched, sort of swoops in at the last second and gobbles up the cat. Yeah. And you hear some crunching and some fur flies out of his mouth as he does so.
I think it's catatonic.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a new animal companion because the cat is gone.
Is it okay, because since I'm a ranger, that I just pull a new cat out of the bag and I'm like, this is arrow too.
If you would like to mark one of your adventuring gears gone and pull a cat out of the bag, you can do that.
Well, cat's out of the bag now.
Although, if this is a thing, then I'm gonna say this is probably arrow number like 37.
Go cats, because if I have to keep pulling cats out, do I have to mark it off every time I pull a cat out? Or is it
Yes, every time.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Or you could tame another animal in the wild if you come across it, possibly. But
Okay, I hope I do, because it just doesn't look good for the poor cat.
Right.
And this
I
time
can help you with
a
that.
panther.
Yeah, no, it's a
I got
house.
spirit tongue. I can talk to him for you.
No, it's a house cat. You have to be able to pull it out of a bag. All right, cool. So you whip out another cat as your cat dies, and no remorse. That's fine. I got you. I see how it is.
Oh,
I have
sadness.
ideas
She's
for
like,
my other
she's
character.
like, "Oh, there goes another one, cat." That's fine. All right.
No wonder cats are so disposable. I just keep pulling them out.
There's a lot of pussy in that bag. But anyways,
Hey, that was the cat's meow.
This may not go online. I don't know. What's
You don't want to
Chad?
talk about a bag full of pussy?
Yeah, what's Chad doing? Chad would love a bag full.
Second Murloc.
Chad finds out that the bag's full of pussy and he goes straight for it. Like that's what Chad does.
He thinks about it for a minute, but he's like, wrong pussy, I'm not high enough. and then he goes to punch a Murloc. And with my strength mod, I get a 12.
All right, cool. And so which one are you attacking?
I'm gonna finish off the one that Rhett decided to injure.
Okay, yeah, the one. Okay, yep. All right, so go ahead and roll for damage.
Alright, so I do 2d4 because my fist is enchanted. That's a 3 and a 1. I deal 4 damage.
Cool. And do you want to deal another D4 to damage one of the other ones as well, for and possibly open yourself up to attack or damage or whatever?
Chad is conservative with his body. He will not extend himself.
Cool. All right. So you're gonna kill him. Give me an explanation as to how that happens.
Chad's gonna reach out and go, "Look, Rhett, I can teach you things," and then just fucking shatter his head.
Cool. As you punch him and he sort of like explodes into all sort of Murloc pieces, you burst his acid sac, and some of the acid as you punch it sprays forward, and this hits Bo actually as it sprays forward, because Bo earlier had taken that +4 for opening himself to a damage. So as Bo is tussling with that, and you punch this guy, right? The acid sprays on Bo, damaging Bo, for 4 damage. So
Looks over and goes, "That sucks," and takes a hit off his staff.
That stands out there laughing his ass off.
Yeah. So what is Bo doing now that he's just been sprayed with some acid?
He's Chad in the dick.
Both sides takes another drink of his mead. What we got left?
So
How many we got left?
you still got 3 of them left. You got the one guy who just ate the cat. He's completely unscathed. You've got the guy prone on the ground from having had the arrow in his eye and then being hit. And then you have the other one who took 1 damage from somebody. I don't remember.
All right, so I'm gonna attack the one that was eating the cat.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a 7 on that one.
All right. Cool. And then roll for damage then.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 5.
All right. Cool. So you're gonna kill him, but you'll do some damage for sure. So explain to me how you damage him.
I just look at him, and then I take my bone, and I sort of like ready it like a baseball bat, and I just smack him right in the teeth with it, knock out some of his teeth.
Cool. All right. Cool. So as you're going to smack, he's also like thrusting forward with his spear. So you catch him in the teeth, but he also catches you in the stomach with his spear. So you sort of hit each other at the same time, and then back away from each other, and then you're taking 3 damage from the spear to the gut. So what's Red up to?
It's extremely pissed off at the one that hasn't died yet with the hole in its head.
Yeah.
So he's gonna try to remedy that.
All right. You'll get a +1 on your roll. He was prone, but he's sort of managed to collect himself and get back up at this point. But he's still missing the eye and pretty still beat up. So yeah, +1 to your roll. So that'll be a 10.
Yeah.
So what is roll for damage? Yeah, let's do the damage. Yeah, so he'll
7.
So he'll die. Do you want to attack the other one too, or one of the other ones, for a +4, but opening yourself up to attack?
Fuck it, I don't care.
All right.
Go after the one that ate the cat.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Is it a D4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're going to kill them both.
Yes.
Bam.
So explain to me that attack.
All right. So I'm literally going to look at him, and I'm going to start screaming, and my hair is going to turn yellow. I'm going to flex, and the one's going to explode, and its head is going to hit the other one, decapitate that one as well.
Okay. So his head sort of explodes in like a sideways fashion, and like takes
Yes.
off. Yeah, okay. And the force of it like decapitates the other one.
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah. And both their bodies fall to the ground when this happens. And the one that's still left, the one who's let's see, just took the 1 damage from somebody. Who damaged that one? Let's look. This will tell me. Oh, you did a long time ago, though.
Yeah, I did.
Yep. So you did. It's the yeah. So, anyways, the one that's left says, "Screw it." Like somebody understands Murloc. I guess it would be Stumpy, right?
Yeah.
Because you're a druid.
Got the spirit
That
side.
makes sense.
Chad took a class in it.
Yeah. So those of you that can understand, so I guess Stumpy and then also Chad. Probably Stumpy more so than Chad. Chad, you kind of make it out, but Stumpy, you get like you understand the full translation. But it sort of
I
translates
took
to
one. Sure.
yeah. So it boils down to him saying, "Screw this. It's not worth it. Kissy can deal with her own problems."
We're gonna screw. I mean, if you want to bend over.
Stumpy wants to bust out of the woods and use one of the flying creatures moves to pull an enemy aloft.
Okay.
I just
So-
want to pull him up in the air and tell him to tell me what's going on.
All right, cool. So what are your moves? Snatch, I guess, is one of them.
Well, the flying creature, they have common animal moves, so I'm just going to keep those two. Escape to the air and pull an enemy aloft. And I'm also going to say dive bomb is one.
Okay. All right. So, and you're using your pull an enemy aloft then, is what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you scoop up in the air, and let's roll for that. Let's roll for success. That would be on your probably dexterity.
Cool. That is a 10.
Cool. So yeah, you snatch him up into the air, and you've got him by the arms. So you're gonna try and talk to him then.
Yeah.
All right. So as you snatch him in the air, he goes. You understand it as basically saying, F you dumb MF, I effing hate you, let me go or I'll kill you. And as he's spouting all these obscenities at you, what do you say?
Tell me about the drugs.
All right, let's. So you want to parlay, right? So there's a move for that. There's like a move list for parlay somewhere. Because basically you're gonna, say something to the effect of, tell me what I want to know, or I'm going to drop you, or kill you in some way, right?
Yeah.
I think that's sort of what's going on.
Chad, do you have an ability called pitcher not catcher?
However, if he wants to lower him down here, I have an idea.
His move says
If by
top.
lower you mean drop, I can do.
His move says top only.
Oh yeah, Chad's a
The
top.
move sets top only.
Yeah, Chet's definitely a top. I don't know. What is the parlay move? Somebody's got to pull this up. I'm gonna need like the internet. Or
I don't
something.
know.
Yep.
Wait.
I gotta
The parlay move. It's on my other character.
yeah, I gotta.
When you
Oh,
want
the
to
parlay
parlay,
move-
On 10 plus, they do what you ask. If you first promise what they ask of you, 7 and 9, they do what you ask, but need some concrete assurance of your promise right now.
Right.
And then
Well,
you get
it's
6 below.
what the roll. It's roll
Shit.
plus something. What is the plus something?
Charisma.
Okay.
charisma.
Yep. So yeah, roll plus your charisma for parlay.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you should let me
Four.
parlay.
Yeah. He's the one who has it in the air, so he's the one that can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So he doesn't agree to tell you anything. He's still sort of just spouting obscenities at you, and he
Double Stompy.
yep. He starts struggling, and your grip is too tight, and you actually just like pull his arms off, and he falls to his death.
Nice.
Yeah. So
You know,
1.5 feet.
yeah. Well, no. He's carried him a little ways in the air. He's carried him. He's bird, so he's carried him in the air.
Stumpy's crazy. He just kept flying up while trying to question him.
So yeah, he's fallen to his doom, and you still have his arms in your talons.
Woo!
Yep.
The arm.
So
Travel snack.
Stumpy's like, caca, motherfucker, caca.
yeah. So actually, it's not as fitting. What about this? So you descend, you land, I guess, or you just keep flying around with his arms. I don't know.
Land, kind of. I flop onto my back once I get close enough to the ground.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. And are you still retaining your bird form, or are you gonna change back?
Nah, I'm gonna keep my bird form for right now.
All right, cool. So
I'm also keeping an arm.
So can you speak common while you're still a bird?
I wouldn't see why I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. Well, I should know sparrows don't typically have vocal cords. No, well,
I could probably scratch something out on the ground.
Cool. The only reason I ask is because you have information that the rest of them really don't have so much. But so yeah, what do you guys do then? Your battle is over. You've arrived at this waterfall, but perhaps the only clue that anyone's received is Stumpy, and he can't speak right now. And
Stumpy's gonna scratch out a pictograph on the ground.
Okay, all right. So let me get you to roll on dexterity to see how good that is.
Wait.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec.
That's 4.
Yes.
Why are my rolls so bad today?
So, because we're all stoned as characters.
Yeah.
I think Stumpy wants to get high, and I try to insert the staff in his beak.
Speaking of which, Crossbow's really sad and injured, so I would also like to take a hit.
So
because Crossbow's bad at emotions.
So Stumpy draws on the ground, and it's just like random scratching, and it looks kind of like this. Yeah. Like just, whatever. And so from that, you gather nothing, right? So.
I guess I'll transform back.
Cool.
Stumpy's illiterate.
Possibly, yeah.
Can't you see?
I mean,
She was working for the potato woman.
he can barely hold a book, so because it's bigger than he is.
He ate the book I gave him.
Yeah.
Or did he smoke it?
Did
Did he eat it or did he smoke it?
Maybe.
Both.
Yeah.
Considering it was a copy of High Times, does it matter?
Cool. So you transform back. Do you tell them about the
Very, very convolutedly. He was working for the man.
Cool.
Which man?
I guess the potato man.
So does anyone here speak Stumpy? Does anyone want to roll to see if they speak Stumpy?
Do we get a proficiency bonus on speaking Stumpy when we take a hit?
Sure. Why not?
Just gonna take one and then try to figure out what Stumpy's on about.
Cool.
Also, like I said, I'm supposed to take a hit because I'm sad.
Okay.
Alright, so is that discern realities or the other one?
It'd be discern realities. Yeah. So plus your wisdom.
That's a 3.
A 3. Yeah, man.
I have a negative on wisdom.
It was a bad hit, man. It was a bad hit.
I just start coughing.
So you speak Stumpy, but you misunderstood, right? So what you think he said is that his uncle had been turned into a murloc, and he just murdered him. That's what you think he said. It's not what he said, but it's what you think.
Alright. I mean, if that's how we're going, Stumpy.
Cool. All right. So what else do you find? So something to look for some clues, or you're gonna need something, right? You need some sort of way to continue.
Yeah.
I'm
on.
gonna look around for a clue.
Cool.
Can I
Wants
try
to rest.
magic ritual to find the weed?
Cool.
Magic weed, which will.
So are you guys taking a moment? Are you gonna like sort of rest for an hour or two while you look for clues? Is that what we're doing?
Everyone gets 1d6 healing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
might as well.
All right. So yeah, you rest for an hour. Everyone take 1d6 healing.
Yes.
Yeah. Stumpy back to full health.
Yeah, cool.
Stumpy got from his personal stash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
full health.
So, all right, cool. Let's see. Crossbow is a ranger, right? So do you have any tracking? Do you have any tracking abilities, Crossbow, on your character sheet?
I was about to say hunt and track.
Yeah.
About your
Yeah.
cat number 2.
Well, it's me following the trail of clues.
Yeah.
So. Oh, great! That's good. We needed that.
It's a 4.
It's a 12.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
I was gonna say, do I need to assist?
So, as you're scouting
Do I
around,
have to take anything down because I took the bong hit?
no, you're right. It's been like an hour. You catch the slight whiff of weed, and you can tell that it's like Stumpy stuff, right? And it's coming from like down the river. So like if you follow the direction of the river, you'll probably go the way that it went. So.
Well, of course we're gonna follow.
So
Well, yes.
do you tell the group, right? You're like, hey,
Yeah.
weed this way.
Yeah. Pretty
Cool.
much. It's something I tell them something they can understand.
Yeah. Okay.
My weed sense is tingling.
I was sad and crying, but I pulled it together because I got high. So
Yeah. Cool.
Because I got high.
Yeah.
Because I got high.
All right. Cool. So you follow the river, right? You're heading down, and as you go down, the river is getting sort of like wider and wider, and eventually it sort of opens up to a lake, right? And in the center of a lake, there's a small island, and you can see some like smoke billowing up from that island in the center of the lake, and you can kind of tell like the scent of burning weed is coming from that direction. So, what do you do? Cool. You sit in silence. Everyone dies. Game over. Awesome. Do you swim across the lake? Do you mount a magical seahorse? Do you say screw it? We're all going home.
Stumpy gonna try and turn into a giant turtle. Turtle.
Turtle.
I like
Twerking.
Turtle.
sounds
That's a
better.
twerking turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's roll for that.
Yeah. That's a 10.
Cool. Cool. What does a turtle
Twerking
do?
turtle.
Let us say it's a hardy beast since it's a giant turtle, so it can trample things.
Okay.
It can also carry heavy loads. And it can hide in its shell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. So, are you going to transport everyone across to the island? Then is that what your plan is? Yeah. I missed that. So.
To get on Stumpy's back.
Okay. All right. So, do you all get on Stumpy's back?
bong goes on the shell.
Yes.
He doesn't have to
Always
tell
wanted
what-
to be on a turtle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So you all hop.
Cool.
You all hop on and you make your way to the island. Right.
Can I produce a cowboy hat for my adventuring gear?
All right, absolutely, yeah. As you approach the island, there's a little bit of trees and stuff, so you can still see the smoke coming up. So you get on the island and you make your way through the trees, and as you come to like a clearing, you see what you call it. Stumpy. You see Stumpy's uncle on like a stick over a fire, right? And he's wrapped in the weed like leaves. So he's being like slow roasted in the weed over this fire. What you see behind him is Kissy the mermaid, right? So
Damn mermaid.
he sees
Start
you.
making angry turtle noises.
Yeah, he sees you and he shouts out and he's like, He's like, "Save me! Save me! She's a man eater." And he breaks into song. No. So what do you do? Anyone? No one knows it. Hello?
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 Is anyone doing anything? Sorry, I didn't hear any.
I didn't hear you finish. Oh.
You never hear Mike finish.
I'm gonna attack.
All right, cool. You're attacking.
I'm gonna take a.
So you're attacking the mermaid.
Yeah. That
Right.
girl is poison.
Okay.
Alright. Ugh. I got 7.
All right, cool. So roll for damage.
That's a 2.
Cool. So as you're going to strike Kissy, sort of out of nowhere, pops Professor McGonagall. Yep. Professor McGonagall pops out of nowhere and goes to sort of like swat you out of the way. Now you do catch Professor McGonagall in the arm, but he does divert the attack away from the thing, and he's going to take 2 damage. And then as he knocks you out of the way, you are also going to take some damage. Just 1 though, so your armor will deflect most of that. So Chad, seeing Professor McGonagall, do you have any questions or interactions?
How did you know? And just point at them astoundedly.
How did McGonagall know
To
what?
be here.
Oh, okay. So Professor McGonagall says, "Quiet! You don't know what you're dealing with. If I do what she says, she'll grant me immense power."
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
And then you get herpes.
Slurpees. All right, cool. So, what is...
She's a ghost and a bitch.
Yep, she is. What's, let's see, turn order. What is... What's Crossbow doing? Yep.
Take a shot at the professor with
He does
the crossbow.
All right.
And that is a 12.
All right. And then roll for
And
damage.
the
then.
damage is a 3 again.
Okay. All right. Cool. So where do you hit McGonagall at?
In the knee.
Is it for creatives?
It all comes, yeah. All comes full circle.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, you hit him in the knee. And do you want to do an extra D4 damage to McGonagall or one of the other characters with the second arrow for opening yourself up to attack?
Sure.
Okay.
Is a 3.
All right. Are you attacking McGonagall or Kissy with that? Kissy.
McGonagall again.
Okay. So a total of 6 from McGonagall then. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Do some mathematics. Yep. And where does the other arrow hit?
The other knee.
Cool. So basically, McGonagall on both the knees. McGonagall drops to the ground, but Kissy holds her arm out and shoots razor sharp scales at you during this process, and they're going to hit you for some amount of damage. It's 5 damage you're going to take on that. So as they sort of graze by you and hit you. Meanwhile, what is Rhett up to?
Fuck that mermaid. literally just gonna run at it and try to chop it with my axe.
Okay. Oh no, we lost our screen. Well.
So when McGonagall fell, was it like the Jim Carrey kind of thing when he had two spears in his legs? Ah! Ah! Ah!
I think McGonagall's probably not nearly as animated. So
That's Jim Carrey.
all right, cool. So you're getting 2 damage on that then. All right, so it's not a lot of damage, but describe to me how it happens.
Oh, I'm going for the fin.
Okay.
Big fin in the back.
All right, and then now you got like a 10 on your roll total because you got 8 plus your strength, which is 10. So do you want to do the extra D4 of damage?
Why not? Screw it. I'm gonna get hit anyway. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell me you're going for the mermaid.
Yeah, the mermaid.
Yeah. So tell me how you're doing the damage to the mermaid.
I think the tail looks nasty, so I'm gonna split it like feet.
Oh. Okay. All right. So yeah, you hit the tail, splitting it in 2, and when you do, you're definitely doing some damage. But you also notice something strange. The Kissy falls to the ground, but then like steps out of the tail. Apparently, the tail wasn't real; it was just a cover, and so then Kissy gets on 2. Kissy gets on 2 legs. Kissy's just a human after all, but from the fall takes the damage, and while she's done that, McGonagall has sort of cast a spell, magic missile, in your direction.
Ooh.
Yep, and that's done 6 damage, ignoring your armor for magic damage. Yep. So, what is Stumpy up to?
Stumpy's gonna try and trample a professor.
Okay, and you're still a turtle, correct? Yeah. Yep.
Turtle attack.
Yeah. Discord's acting weird.
Okay.
Yep.
It is acting weird. I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Ninja Turtle?
All the Ninja Turtles.
Or Kappa.
Thunderworld,
Which is-
Discord's acting weird today.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody keeps going in and out.
All right. So, are you rolling for the doings of things?
Yes, I'm trying to trample Professor McGonagall with
Okay.
one of my,
Strength. Roll strength.
He's a Kappa.
that is a 9 even.
Okay. Cool. And because you're a turtle and you're trampling, I will give you a +1 to damage. So, roll your normal attack, but we'll add +1 damage to it.
Cool. That's gonna be 6 damage
6 damage. And that was to McGonagall or to the mermaid? Sorry.
to McGonagall.
McGonagall. All right. So describe to me the what you're going to do there. Describe to me the trampling. You're going to kill him, but you'll trample him for sure.
Well, I'm just gonna run up. I see she's already taken some arrows to the knees, so before she gets too far back up, I'm just gonna start stomping on her till she gets back down.
Well, this McGonagall's a dude, just as a sort of a...
He,
yeah.
sorry, he.
All right, cool. So you're doing a little happy dance on McGonagall there, trampling McGonagall into the ground. And whilst you're doing that, Kissy the mermaid, who gave you your powers in the first place, has sort of noticed this, and Kissy sort of like waves Kissy's hand to reveal that everything you've turned into has actually just been an illusion, and you've just been doing it with like feats of strength or whatever because of the power of positive thinking.
Sweet.
And so you're still trampling it, but now everyone sees that you're just trampling it as a person.
So we were all just crowded together trying to ride on it.
Yes. On a 1.5 foot on a 1.5 foot person, you were all riding on his back. Yep.
I've also flown up into the air
Yes.
with the power of positive
Yes,
thinking.
you sure did.
Damn, you'd be amazed what it can do.
Yep. So you having this realization are not hurt physically, but you're hurt mentally, right? And so you're going to take some damage on that. Just 2 damage. You're going to ignore your armor.
I go even crazier.
Yeah. So what's Bo doing?
Did we lose him?
Matt, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Okay. Yeah. So what's Bo doing?
I'm gonna attack McGonagall.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 12.
All right, and then roll for some damage.
It's gonna be an 8.
All right, cool. McGonagall won't be dead, but it certainly will be close-ish. So explain that to me.
So I'm gonna look at McGonagall.
Yep.
I'm gonna look at the 2 arrows that are in his knees, and I'm just gonna
Well,
smack him
hold on, 1 second.
upside.
Was your roll? Did you say your roll was a 12? The original roll.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay, so you can take the plus 4 the plus D4 damage if you want. For
Okay.
opening yourself to attack, and you will likely kill McGonagall. Right.
No, because that's a 1.
Yep. No, that's all you needed actually. All you needed was a 1.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you'll kill McGonagall. So now you can explain the gory death in detail for killing.
So I'm gonna look at McGonagall, 'cause now they're on the ground with the 2 arrows in their knee, his knee, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna put you out of your misery, and I'm gonna take a big swig of mead, and then just keep smashing his head till he's dead.
Cool. So as you're smashing McGonagall's head in, McGonagall does work up one last spell as you're bashing it in. It's a fireball. Now the fireball doesn't hit you. It hits the keg behind you, and then because it's alcohol, it lights on fire. And you're going to take some fire damage from the exploding keg. And that's look at that, just a 1. You'll ignore your armor on that, but as it explodes off of your back and the keg is no more, you take 1 fire damage.
I feel like I've been lit on fire before, but I can't remember.
Right. You have deja vu.
Yeah.
Pain is
But now I'm
from losing
pissed
the
because my alcohol's gone.
Yeah.
You're just sad.
So what is Chad doing?
Chad has an idea.
Okay.
He's going to walk up to the mermaid and just lay a hand on her shoulder and cast Charm Person. Be like, we can just talk this out.
Okay. All right.
No, we can't.
He only has 2 spells, Charm Person and Magic Weapon. He's trying the charm. He wants to get into her mermaid pants. That is a 9.
Cool. And how's that read? How does Charm Person read on your sheet?
So it's a 9. I mean, it's a 9. So I think with casting a spell, I still take a negative.
Yeah.
But the spell itself, the person you touch while casting the spell counts as a friend until they take damage or you prove otherwise. And then on a 7 through 9, I can choose one. You know what? I will choose after it's cast. The spell is forgotten, so I won't be able to do it again.
Okay. So you charm Kissy, the not actual mermaid. She's actually a wizard, but she was posing as a mermaid. So you charm
It's
Kissy,
the pants of lies.
and she makes eyes at you. What do you do? What do you ask? What do you say? How's it going?
Just lean in real close and go, how's it going? We don't have to solve this violently. how about you tell us what you're up to? And let's just lean in close to that fire and just like lean into the smoke.
Cool. So she says, oh yeah. Well, if you'd like, you could join me. She says, listen, I derive magical power from cannibalism. All right. And this fat dude over here, God, he's just chock full of power. Because there's so much of him, you know. And I really hate the taste of like fat dude, especially like these forest folk. They're just despicable. So I like to marinate them in this cannabis because it really sort of like alters the flavor. It makes them nice and moist when I eat them. So I hired these Murlocs, and they stole everybody. They stole this guy and the cannabis for me, and I was going to pay them, but they never came back. I never saw them again. They're supposed to be protecting the forest, and these people just started attacking me. I'm not sure why. I was just minding my own business, trying to have a meal like any regular old person. So you want to eat with me? Do you want to have dinner?
What is the equivalent of a wisdom save in Dungeon World?
I guess I could just roll on your wisdom. I don't know.
I was gonna say I'll just roll wisdom to see whether or not he's going to be enticed or if he's going to be with his friends.
Sure.
By the way, I've never wanted to roll low before, and I rolled a 6 and a 6 minus 1. That's an 11. So, thinks about it. That's a whole lot of weed marinating that fat.
Yeah.
And then, as she believes he's her friend, he's just gonna go, "You broke my friend's heart," and he's gonna shove her head into the fire.
Okay. All right. Well, let's roll on strength for shoving the head in the fire.
Hooray! This I do have. And that's a 7 plus 2, 9.
All right. And let's roll for some damage too. Then.
As he does it, he's going to yell, "This is for Stumpy!"
Cool.
So what should I roll for damage? My normal dice?
Yeah, normal dice. Your normal damage. You can have advantage. You can have +1 because she's not expecting it, right? She's completely.
Fun time math with Chad. What's 1 plus 1?
Oh, that's a 2. Now, also because you're proving not to be a friend, she will no longer be under your spell at this point. Obviously.
Oh yeah, no, the charm is broken, but I got a surprise face burn.
So you shove her face into the fire slightly. Your aim is terrible because you're maybe a little stoned. She does incur the 2 damage to her face. However, she's now very, very, very angry. Can I get everyone to roll 2d6 on for Defy Danger on either your Dex or your Strength?
I'll use my Strength, however, it doesn't matter. I rolled a 3.
Got a 10.
A 5 total.
All right. So Joel, you got a 10. Dylan, you got a 5. What did Stumpy get?
Stumpy rolled poorly again.
Well, what did you roll? Just so I know.
Like a 5.
5. Okay. And what is Crossbow got?
Did not hear.
I didn't hear anything.
Did
So.
get a +2. Huh?
What'd you get?
A 5.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. And what did Bo get?
He got a 7.
7. All right. So, all right. So, as she sort of gets enraged, her hair sort of like starts waving around, and you see this like crazed look in her eyes as they sort of glow red. She takes just she opens her mouth and you see that like, her teeth are serrated, right? She takes a big old bite out of Stumpy's uncle, right out of his sort of belly section, rips it forth and swallows it, and then when she does so, she raises her arms like this, and sort of you can see out of the corner of your eye, a wave comes out of the river and crashes down on top of all of you. Now, Rhett, you dodged this somehow. What did you do to dodge it?
I literally just looked at her, annoyed. Just went around me.
Okay.
Right around.
Okay. Cool. Now,
Our friendship.
Bo, this is gonna hit you a little bit, but you're gonna get out of most of it. You're gonna take just 1 damage, and you'll ignore your armor on that. But so how did you mostly avoided it?
I'm just gonna put my bone in the ground and just hide behind it. And it just goes around it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm just gonna be like, "You shall not pass." And
Yeah,
just put my bone down, and
So a little of the water hits you, but not a lot, and so you take a little bit of damage. The rest of you get pummeled into the ground like a 2-year-old child getting hit by a giant wave. You know, it just like hits you and shoves you down. And then you're all gonna take some damage on that. What is it? There we go. Hey, look at that. You got.
Damn.
Yep.
take a whole 8 damage.
Yep. So all right. So you're all the rest of you are on the ground, and she's mad. She's pretty mad. So what is Rhett doing?
Rhett's pretty fucking pissed. You just tried to drown him. So, in the thuggish fighter he is, he's just gonna run up and try to axe chop her again.
All right.
It's a 9.
All right. Cool. And then roll for damage.
That's happening too.
Oh man, that was almost a 10 too. Like teetered. It's funny. All right. Cool. So you're gonna do 7 damage. It won't kill her, but tell me how it happens.
This time I'm gonna run up and be like, "You're not a mermaid this time, bitch!" And I'm just gonna go swinging, and I feel like I'm gonna catch one of her arms. Maybe we cut it off or severely damage it.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you swing. You sever one of the arms, and it comes off. And as it comes off, though, it grabs you by the throat and starts choking you, seemingly having a mind of its own. And so as it's choking you, you sustain 8. You can minus.
What the fuck kind of arm is this shit?
Yeah, well, her base damage is a
The
D8.
long arm of the law.
Right? So it's choking you. You're taking 8 damage. Yep. So what is we started with? Yep. All right. What is Crossbow doing? Yeah, you've sort of
Out of the
stood.
adventuring gear.
Yeah, you've stood back up from being crashed by the wave.
Yeah, I need a health potion bad, so I'll take one from my adventuring gear.
All right. Cool. Roll your 2d6 on that.
All right. I got 5 back.
All right. So while you're drinking the health potion, then what is Stumpy doing?
Stumpy's angry. Stumpy found out his life's a lie. Stumpy just saw his uncle get bit. Stumpy gonna cannonball into her.
All right. Now you're still a turtle, I guess.
No. You just told me everything was an illusion. So.
Oh yeah. Well, you still have the turtle moves, right? So you still believe like enough. Like you don't see yourself as a turtle, but you still believe enough that you have the actions of a turtle. So you're still acting like a turtle.
Is the fire still going, or did she manage to put that out with water?
Yeah, the fire's gone out with the water.
All right. I'm gonna use my trample him and try to like push her into the fire.
Okay. Well, the fire's extinguished.
No. Okay. Then I guess I'm just gonna stomp on her.
All right. Roll 2d6 on strength.
If things will work for me.
I don't think it will.
Yeah, it did not.
So you go to stomp on her, but you're not a turtle. Here's the person, and apparently you don't believe the lie enough, right? So when you go to stomp on her, she grabs you by the horns, and she breaks one of them off from your head.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you take 7 damage. on that, minus armor or whatever. And she breaks the horn off. She pulls it to her face and just licks it. She drags it across her tongue and licks the bone, holding it like a trophy almost. And sort of kicks you to the side. What's Bo doing?
Well, Bo's a little upset because his beer's gone, and he's probably going to have to remember today, which he doesn't like to do. And he's going to attack the shit out of that mermaid.
All right.
That's going to be a 9.
All right. So roll for damage.
It's going to be a 7.
Okay. So tell me how you hurt her.
I'm going to break her femur with my femur. So I go up and I just, like, smack the crap out of her leg until, like, her femur breaks.
Cool.
With my femur.
So you hit her in the leg. She falls to one knee. But as she falls, she takes that antler and she jams it right into your chest, twisting it, right? And you take 5 damage on that, minus your armor. And you now have an antler sticking out of your chest. So as you take a few steps back, what is Chad doing? Hello?
Chad?
Sorry, I didn't hear Mike finish.
Sorry.
I have an idea. It's a bad idea, but I am doing it.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Do it.
I'm going to try taking a bite out of the uncle to see if I can get magic.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Taking a bite out of crime?
Yeah. So let's see. Biting the uncle. Let's roll on Constitution with that because it takes biting someone takes some mental Constitution, I guess.
Dad has prepared for this his whole life. He got a 12 plus 1, 13.
Oh my god.
Cool. You're gonna damage the uncle, so roll for damage.
Aw.
I mean, my damage die sucks. Oh, now I can roll a 4. He takes 4 damage.
Yep, the uncle takes 4 damage. So hold on, let me do some math.
Maths.
Yep. So Uncle's not looking too great, but he's still alive. But when you sort of bite into the uncle, you have an out of sort of body experience. Describe that to me real quick.
For a moment, he feels like maybe he isn't the best. And maybe others are actual people and not just things to be manipulated. And then he realizes, nah. And then he snaps back.
Cool.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah. So you'll get a +2 to all spell rolls moving forward for the next hour or so. So, you catch that?
That sounds good.
All right. Cool. So you're imbued with magical power. How does that feel? What does it feel like?
It feels amazing.
Yeah.
It feels like being Chad.
And also because this is human infused weed, I guess. It's a high like you've never experienced for sure. All right. So
Somebody's gonna have to recreate this.
So what is Rhett doing?
Rhett's extra super pissed off at this thing, but he's not feeling so great, so he's gonna open his bag of stuff and take out like a super potion that tastes like whiskey or something.
All right.
He's gonna take
cool.
8 life back.
So while you're healing for that 8 life, what is Crossbow doing now that Crossbow's healed some?
Healed. I would like to, if I could, take 1 more health potion out of my adventuring bag and force feed it to the uncle because we must preserve the bartender.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Roll. Okay. So the hold on before you do that. The once thought of mermaid Kissy is really standing right near the uncle. Roll Defy Danger to do so. And that'll.
It's a 5.
Ooh. Cool.
Why is my number today?
Yeah. So you
That's a 10 KO right there. Sorry, man.
yeah. So you
Yo.
you go to give the uncle the medicine, and so Kissy's not going to stop you because Kissy doesn't necessarily want the uncle dead yet. Kissy wants to eat the uncle while he's still alive. But you slip on some of the water that's on the ground, right? And as you slip and fall to the ground, your crossbow goes off, shooting the uncle. And so roll for damage on the uncle, please.
Cruel, man.
Oh, are you kidding?
It's the good roll.
What'd you get?
That's an 8.
Uncle's dead.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew the uncle was probably dead.
So the crossbow goes off, and Uncle was screaming the whole time because he's just been eaten by 2 different people, and the bow goes in his mouth and out the back of his skull. And Uncle is super dead now.
Well, now we don't have anybody to save, so let's kill this
Oh,
bitch.
fellas, fuck it. It's done. Bye.
Yeah, our adventure's done. Bye.
So, what? Yeah. What
Shit,
is
now that he's already dead, I want magic powers too.
what does Stumpy do?
Take a bite.
Okay, so let's take note of this. Stumpy just found out he's not a druid. Then he watches his uncle murdered.
And all his stash is going up in smoke.
You know what? Stumpy's gonna cut his losses. He's very injured. He's just gonna go find some new druid seeds. Stumpy's gonna walk away.
Somebody just walks away.
Stumpy's like, I'm tired of this. Goddamn pancakes.
Oh, and he said one of his horns ripped out too. One of
I'm going home.
one of his horns was ripped out too. So there's that.
Let's clarify. On the way out, I pick up a stick, take a little bit of dung, and just stick it on my head.
So
Good enough. We going.
So Stumpy starts to walk away. What is Bo doing?
Yeah, fuck this bitch. I'm gonna kill her.
Okay, all right.
Just hear me
She was
muttering
part of the
along
reason why
way.
my booze got blown up.
Yeah.
So.
Can't do no damn damage.
I got an 11.
Okay, all right. Roll for damage.
It's gonna be a 4.
Okay, cool. Do you want to roll the extra d4? You should definitely roll the extra d4.
Yeah, why not? That's 3.
All right, you're gonna murder her.
Yes.
So murder her.
I'll look her. I'm gonna grab her by the head and I'm gonna look her and be like, "You see this? You see this? You're one of the reasons why my liquor got blown up. I'm gonna shove my bone down her throat."
I don't. Is that a euphemism? I don't know what to do with that. So
That's exactly what he said, Mike. Do it. Carry out his will.
So you shove your
Chokes
bone
to death
down
on his bone.
and she's and at first for the first like 8 or 9 inches of your bone, she takes it, right? I mean, it seems to go down with no problem, but about inch 10 of the bone, she starts gagging. As you go a little further, she starts choking, and then she just dies choking on your bone, and falls to the ground, and she's dead. When she dies, you see some like. You see some essence start coming off of her, and the essence smells like weed. It smells like really, really intense weed. So her dead corpse smells, very weed infused, I guess. So, but yeah, she's dead. What's going on?
Stumpy comes sprinting
Fertilizing.
back and starts trying to smoke the body. Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Do you?
Give me
Hey,
my magic
let me-
powers back.
Hey man, let me get my bone out of her first.
So what's everybody doing? What's Chad doing right now?
Chad is just sizing all this up and goes, "Y'all just want to get high," and starts trying to strike up the staff.
Cool.
Wanna get high?
So you take the leftover product that's surrounding the dead uncle now, and you're trying to light it up.
Also, he may or may not be contemplating another bite from the uncle.
Sure. I mean,
Like,
yeah.
you don't want magic.
Yeah.
Why not?
That pulls out 4 full-sized kegs out of his bag of holding.
Holy shit. Yes.
Okay.
Time to drink.
Go to party and see
Stand.
if we have
Bo looks
magic.
at that and he's like, "Why didn't I think of that?" and starts pulling some out of himself. Now it's the
I
kegger.
got
There you go.
two more kegs, because that's what I have left.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. Cool.
While I'm trying to smoke the mermaid, I'm gonna come to the realization that I never had an uncle.
Cool.
Attempt to get Arrow 2 very high.
Cool.
Wait, so if he's not your uncle, can we eat him?
Yes.
Is that
I
better
told you, I'm
or
already
worse?
taking a bite.
So
Save me the toast!
so while you're all drinking and partaking in cannibalism, all of a sudden, a giant pirate ship rolls up on the ocean, and this guy yells down from the pirate ship, "I want my axe back!"
Fuck yourself, pirate.
And then it's over. then we fade out. Yep. So, all right, cool. Well,
There you go. 2 weeks of cannibalism in a row.
yeah, that's true.
Hey, why not?
Right.
Why not, man?
It's not
One on
actually.
purpose and, one on... Not
Listen, when all else fails and no one's around, drugs and cannibalism work.
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
yeah. So
I mean, you're not wrong. You should be, but you're not.
Accomplish what we meant to, kind of.
cool.
We
Well,
got
yeah.
enough done.
There
Thank
was
you,
a party, that was pretty much
Yeah.
it.
well, thank you guys for being good sports and playing in our time of adversity. Hopefully we will be back next week full force, or mostly full force, anyways.
For everyone who
hopefully.
doesn't show dies
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
verbally.
we're
Grind.
yeah.
Pain. Like, whoever doesn't make it, that's who we're chasing down to kill.
they work. they work for one of the gods. Yeah.
They are one of the gods.
But yeah. This has been impromptu but fun. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Cool. And we threw together characters and did a campaign in 2 hours. That's not too shabby.
Not too bad.
Yep. So, all right, cool. Well, thank you guys so
I'm
much.
gonna go sleep and dream about, bone